Hey everybody, it's Ron Capps. There's a lot of really good questions I've always wanted to ask other drivers, even drivers I competed with and against. This is a perfect opportunity for me to play a reporter and just have some fun, ask some questions that maybe they don't ask on a TV show. So what better place than here on Comp Plus to have a little fun with some other drivers. All right, Justin Ashley, we want to know more about you. I know the reality show's been fun to watch. And I probably saw you running around when your dad was out here. Probably playing the video game when we had that out there.
Yeah.
But haven't really got to know you much out here. Watch you on TV, and I enjoy your enthusiasm. I love your approach. But so how many races this year?
We're going to do 12 races this year. We would love to do more. We hope to maybe even extend it to 14. The plan right now is to do 12.
Okay. So I have a real good feeling you guys are going to come out and you're going to do real well, and you're going to have a lot of people wanting to jump on board. So what was your off season? I know in my off season, having Napa Auto Parts, this is our 12th year, I think. Crazy. My off season really isn't an off season. I'm probably more busy. What do you do in the off season? I see some of your reality stuff where you're running around looking for sponsors and getting us out on social media a lot. But what'd you do this off season?
Well, this off season is really a total balance for me between focusing on the business side of racing and the business side of the fix and flip real estate. So a lot of times I go into these fix and flip houses and they're just wrecked. They're a mess. So that ends up taking most of my time. But fortunately for me, I have a lot of really good people who can take a lot of that off my plate, so I can shift and focus on the business side of racing. And we've been fortunate to be able to bring a lot of really good marketing partners on board for 2020.
So all these reality shows I see with the flicks the flipping houses and fixing up houses, they're hard not to watch. You start watching one. So have you even thought about or been approached by any of the networks on doing some of that?
We haven't been approached by any of the networks yet, but I think that's an end goal for us. I think that would be really awesome. It would bring a lot of publicity for our team, but it would bring a lot of publicity for NHRA in general. And just as a driver out here, and I know a lot of the drivers feel the same way, the objective is continue to grow NHRA and make it the best it can possibly be for the fans. And I think that would be a large part of it, and it would be a big help.
How about fix and flip trailers?
I'll fix and flip anything. I'm up to fix and flipping anything. You give me something, we'll see if we can make it work.
Except a rental car. We don't want to flip those. That's a salesy story in it, so we don't want to go there.
You want to flip the houses, but not flip the race cars either. That's something you don't
ideally.
Want to
well, okay, I know that you got your license in Bakersfield. That's one of my favorite tracks. I do the March meet every year, nostalgia racing. I heard your test session and getting your license and all that was a little exciting.
That was a really interesting weekend. By far, since I started racing, the most interesting weekend I've ever had. I was all excited, ready to bring out the car for the first time. And a few days before, I said, I'm like, man, I don't feel good, but you know what? I'll be all right. I'm going to push through. This is nothing. Fly down to California. I ended up having mono. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drive the car anyway. I'll be fine. I could not move. So my dad, who hasn't driven a car in 9 years, the car, the rig, everything's down there. He's like, don't worry about it, Justin. I got it. I'll drive. So he gets in the car. I'm like, all right, Dad, let's do it. Let's go for it. Goes to the burnout. Everything's good. Backs up. Stages the car. Is like a 070. Like, boom. The whole car catches on fire. Has to stop. Hop out of the car. Half his fire suit is burned off. You literally cannot make this stuff up. It was unbelievable.
Well, he's an old funny car driver, so
he's used to it.
He felt it at home, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably better he blew it up than you did.
Maybe. I don't want to say yes, but maybe. He had the experience.
All right, so I grew up, obviously, racing has been my life since 1997.
Right.
So I grew up playing sports. Wrestling was my big sport. Played football, and I know that you were an athlete growing up. In fact, a lot of your dad's races were missed because you were at home competing. So tell us, and for me, the juices that you get from those competitions are the same thing we get out here. You couldn't ask for closer racing, but what are some of the things in different sports that you played?
Well, growing up, I always played football, baseball, and basketball. My main focus most of the time was on football and baseball, and people would ask me, what's my favorite sport? I said, it just depends on the season. You know how it is as a racer or as an athlete, whatever you're doing, you just want to be in competition. So if we were out here playing ping pong, I'd want to win, and so would you. So all that stuff translates, from being on the football field, from being on the baseball field, translates to the mental and physical side of being out here racing.
I like it. I know how he feels. It's especially the hand-eye coordination. You get a lot of that from the sport. So, all right, man, we're pulling for you.
Thank you. I'm pulling for you. I'm a big fan of yours. Don't forget it. I am. I'm pulling for you.
Making me feel old, but it's going to be fun to watch. All right? See you, Justin.
Thank
Thanks.
you.